The Unbroken Thread. By Francine. Prologue. The Strength of a Seed. They say that for a seed to become a tree, it must first be buried in the dark. It must crack open, lose its original form, and push through the heavy weight of the earth to find the light. My name is Francine. My life has been a series of burials: the burial of my loved ones, the burial of my childhood in the smoke of war, and the burial of my comfort. But through it all, I have learned that being in the dark is not the same as being finished. It is simply the beginning of a new growth. This is my story. Chapter 1, The Hills of Burundi. I was born in 1985 into the vibrant, green landscapes of Burundi. Our home was full. I was one of 10 children. In a large family, you learn early that your voice is part of a choir. There was laughter, the shared chores of daily life, and the deep, anchoring presence of my father. But death visited our house early. My sister, a blossom that never got to bloom, passed away as a young child. It was my first taste of the empty space that death leaves behind. Later, the blow was even heavier. My brother, full of life and promise at 21, was taken from us. Then, the pillar of our home, my father, died at just 51 years old. In those years, I learned that grief is not a guest who leaves, it is a companion you learn to walk with. Chapter 2, When the Silence Broke. By the early 1990s, the air in Burundi changed. The political instability ripened into a war that tore through the fabric of our country. At an age when I should have been worrying about school lessons, I was learning the sounds of danger. The world became a place of checkpoints, whispers, and fear. My family, desperate to save at least one branch of the tree, decided I must leave. At 13, I was a child forced to carry the heart of an adult. I was sent to Italy. I thought I was flying toward a golden dream, toward safety and plenty. I did not know that sometimes, the cage changes, but the hunger remains. Chapter 5, The Coldest Winter. Italy was beautiful, but my life there was not. I lived with my uncle, expecting the warmth of family. Instead, I found a house of mirrors where I was mistreated and neglected. There is a specific kind of pain in being hungry in a land of plenty. To be 13, far from your mother's voice, and facing malnutrition and cruelty from your own blood is a trial that can break a person. I spent those years wondering if God had forgotten the girl from Burundi. I felt small, invisible, and discarded. But even in the coldest winter, a fire can be lit. Chapter 6, Angels in the Shadows. Just as I felt I could no longer carry the weight, God placed strangers in my path. These were people who had no obligation to me, no shared blood, and no common history. Yet, they saw me. They opened their doors and their hearts. They fed me when I was hungry. They spoke words of life when I felt dead inside. They became my chosen family. Through them, I realized that God's love doesn't always come through the people we expect, it comes through the people who are willing. Chapter 8, The Testing Ground. Today, the road is still steep. For 5 years, I gave my heart to my work, providing for myself and sending what I could back to my family in Burundi. The responsibility of being the bridge between two worlds is heavy. 2 months ago, the news came: downsizing. Reduced hours. A lost job. It would be easy to sit in the ashes of this setback and weep. But I look back at the 13-year-old girl who survived a war. I look back at the girl who survived mistreatment in a foreign land. I am still here. I am seeking a fresh start. My pockets may be empty today, but my spirit is full of the testimonies of yesterday. I believe that a better future is not just a dream, it is a promise. Epilogue, The Testimony. If you are reading this and you feel you have lost too much, if you have lost family, your home, or your livelihood, know this: new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. My life is proof that you can be broken and still be beautiful. You can be lost and still be found. With faith as my compass, I am stepping into my new chapter. The story is not over.